I need to share the screen. It says host disabled participant screen sharing. I need to play the music and share the video. If you can hear me. So I need to be made a co-host or a host. I hope you heard me all right. Let's zoom this. good evening. I'm Nicholas. It was a beautiful day today in England. I hope everybody who was in this country enjoyed the day and the weekend and all rested and feeling well and relaxed. So I don't do very much during these meetings because I don't personally think there's much to do. The important thing is that the vibrations grow because we're together, and like it or not, we go into silence, as much silence as we can possibly support. Because our minds, I don't think our minds like silence. They always want to try and fill it with something, some thought, some idea, some plan, some remembrance, some memory, some word, to try and get us out of that silence and into some other time frame and some other mental activity. And I feel that what I want to do when we're all together is try and slow down and eventually stop our mental activity, which I don't know if all of you, but some of you might agree is extremely difficult. There seems to be an inbuilt resistance to not thinking, an inbuilt impulse to think and remember and plan and regret and all the rest of it. So as usual, we just sit for a few minutes now before we look at the video of Shri Mataji, just to give us a chance to get centered after our days. Some people have been at work, some people have had relaxing days, some people have been stressed and frantic, so everyone's in a different state. But now we grab these precious moments. If you can sit uninterrupted and in peace and in quiet, it is precious. And we all know that even though we're on Zoom, the vibrations do seem to somehow get transferred around the atmosphere, and we all benefit and we all contribute to it. So I don't have much more to say really, except to place a little bit more music. I don't believe much in having music and sounds during meditation, but just to help us get into a more meditative frame, we can just sit quietly now for a few minutes while more people join us, and really observe. You know, it's very easy to say be the witness and observe, and that is our true test. If we can observe and not react, then boy, you are true yogis. As Kipling said, the world is yours. So anyway, I will put more photographs up for a few more minutes, and we'll have a little bit more music. So just settle down. We'll raise our kundalinis together, put ourselves in bandhan in a minute together when everyone's around. But we can go and find our center and be centered now and just calm ourselves. So we can let the thoughts slow down and really see if we can just watch them go past us, like sitting on the bank of a river, or listen to them go past us. As you know, we can say not this and not this to the thoughts. And I came across with another useful phrase to stop us thinking, which is, what is my next thought going to be? It's usually a stunned silence. So we can't fight our thoughts, but we can just ignore them. Let them come and go. It takes practice, but eventually they get slower and slower. And we can use right now to ask ourselves, how satisfied am I now? And if we find we're not satisfied about something, we have time now to look at it, dissolve it, surrender it, get rid of it. What worries me now? If anything worries us, let's leave it till later. What pleases me now? If something pleases us and takes our attention, we have to say, okay, that's great. Let's leave that till later. As Jim Mataji said many times, there's a gap between the thoughts, between one thought dying out and the next one coming along. And we need to enter into that gap. It's a good practice. So we can all now together raise our kundalinis, nice and gently, and then put ourselves in bandhan. I only wait to put ourselves into bandhan and raise our kundalinis because I recall many years ago Shri Mataji advising us to raise the Kundalini when we are centered, not just straight away as a mechanical procedure, but get ourselves centered, get ourselves deepened, and really make the raising of the Kundalini and putting a bandhan on have a proper meaning. So tonight's video is about the subtle elements. It's not, I will say, I don't think it's particularly easy. But we know the physical ordinary elements are wood, metal, water, air, etc. Whereas Shri Mataji talks about the elements which are on the subtle level, the subtle elements, including light and water, fire, things like that, reflecting in the subtle levels. So we'll start now. Not starting. I have a problem. Sorry. Just 1 second. It's a small glitch. Let me go back to the photograph. So I think I have to restart it, not the computer, but the film, the video. Just sit quietly, please, for a sec. Okay, let's see. Okay, here we go.
For search yogis now, it's very easy to find out if something is real or unreal, it is truth or untruth, it is love or hatred. Only through vibrations you can. But going beyond that, I am saying, beyond that one has to know what are these vibrations and what are they made of. What is the subtle force which is behind those vibrations? We call it is Param Chaitanya, alright, Param Chaitanya so. What happens to you when you get Param Chaitanya is something to be understood, the subtleties. As I said, we are made of 5 elements, right? So when you get your awakening, when the Kundalini reaches Sahasrara and opens out your fontanelle bone area, you become one with the divine power, then this divine power itself starts flowing through. A connection is established. Now when it starts flowing through you, this Shakti, this starts flowing through, then what happens? The subtle part we should understand. The subtle part is like this, that these 5 elements we are made of, these vibrations gradually start breaking into the subtler form of which they are made. So the first thing such a person has is the breaks, you see, as it is said that what is God? Said also in
Hello, come on. Oh, hold on. Just sorry about this tonight. Please be patient. This could be an interruption on the Wi-Fi. All right, let's try again.
start expressing itself, that how the light, what is God? Said also in the Bible. Then what happens? The subtle part we should understand. The subtle part is like this, that these 5 elements we are made of, these vibrations gradually start breaking into the subtler form of which they are made. So the first thing such a person
I don't know why it stops there again. I'm very sorry about this. Try to just sit quietly because it's a talk worth listening to. I don't actually know why we have this. something again. I'm just going to jump a bit.
It's one small dot, you can see. And then from this dot, you see all these 5 elements start coming one after another. The first element that comes out. So the essence of the first element is light. We call it Tejas. It's written, of course, in Sanskrit, but we should understand that how the light pervades Sahaja Yoga so much, and you see the light all everywhere. So the first element, which is light, and you can say in English, the light's subtle thing is, you can say, enlightenment, you can say. But enlightenment has another meaning. So we can say it's Tej. For example, a person who gets realization has a face which is very radiant. So you can say the radiance. The radiance is the subtlety of the light. So this radiance starts showing on your face. The radiance starts expressing itself. And with that radiance, people get impressed. And they start thinking something special about this personality which has radiance. Now you have seen my photographs also, wherever they are. Many a times you find lots of light around. That is nothing but the light in me is giving radiance, because the light becomes subtler. When the light becomes subtler in me, light is one of the elements. When it becomes subtler, then it gives radiance. And so, this is the subtle growth within you that takes place. Your faces also start shining. They too have radiance, and they too have a kind of a different complexion, I would say. This radiance is to be understood is the subtle of the light, of which we are made light in the gross manner. The air that we have, which is gross air, what is the subtle of air is this cool breeze that you get. The cool breeze is the subtle of that air. So the subtle of what you understand as cool breeze is what we call vibrations. The subtle of that is air, which is a part and parcel of our making. So this cool breeze is the second thing that you start getting subtler and subtler. When your growth takes place, all these subtle things start expressing themselves. It's not only that you get vibrations, but you get the cool breeze, and that is the subtle of air that has built you. Sometimes English language, becomes little short of expression, but they call it, which makes the skin, hard skin, soft. The skin becomes soft. This is another sign of a realized soul, that his there's some cream they use, isn't it, to soften the face. It's the minimum of minimum, I would say. But then a person who is a realized soul becomes a very soft person, very delicate. When he talks to somebody, in his voice there is warmth, or I should say there is जिस कहते हैं ना अपने आप पानी, हिंदी में कहते हैं पानी होना, they to have that flow, watery flow and coolness of the water. So that is the another subtle thing that should be expressed in your behavior, on your skin, on your dealings with others, that you should be like the water which is mobile, which is cooling, which is soothing, which is cleansing. So this also becomes a part and parcel of your being once you become a realized soul. It doesn't burn anybody, but it burns all the wrong things within. Whatever wrong things you have, it burns, and it burns the wrong things in other people also. For example, a person comes with a great anger towards you. What happens that this anger becomes cooled down with the fire that is there. Moreover, a realized soul cannot get burnt. Fire cannot burn. The burning cannot come to him. It's very important to understand. Also, if you are doing something wrong, it may burn you. But if you are a good Sahajogi, and I should say a perfect Sahajogi, fire will never burn. We have an example of Sita ji that she went into the fire pit, nothing burnt her. So this is what one has to understand, that once you get to the subtleties of the fire, so the fire and the water, both of them become sort of divine. For example, the water which you touch, water you drink, whatever you put your hand in the water becomes vibrated. Means what? The subtlety of the water comes in it. The coolness, curing power also comes in that water. So when it becomes subtler, all these powers start showing, which you can see for yourself. You don't have to experiment. Where the Kundalini is in the Mother Earth. Clearly. It's there. And it is the Mother Earth which shows. For example, I've seen flowers. If you keep them in my room, they blossom. They can become very big like that. Never people have seen such big flowers. Sometimes they say, I'm doing nothing, I'm just sitting down. And what happens to the flowers? You see, now there, this principle of the Mother Earth works. The subtle Mother Earth, his works, it's a mother. And that gives you all the nourishment and makes you grow healthy. And this is how this subtlety works of the Mother Earth. Mother Earth is the one who is a giver of birth to all these flowers and all these trees and all that. But it also plays a big part in us. It's not only the Mother Earth that exists without our connection. And we do not respect the Mother Earth. We have polluted it, we have done all kinds of things, we have removed the trees and we have made a mess out of her, but she's our mother. And so many subtle things of this Mother Earth come into us. One of them is gravity. A person becomes very attractive, not in the physical sense, but in the spiritual sense. Such a person attracts others. They feel attracted and they feel that something special is about this person. This is one of the quality of the Mother Earth. If she had not kept us attracted, we would have fallen off with her movement. And also other qualities of the Mother Earth also start manifesting within us, and we become very, I should say, extremely tolerant, patient, person, tolerant and patient, extremely tolerant and patient. But if you are not tolerant, if you are hot tempered and all that, that Mother Earth principle has not expressed itself. Look at the Mother Earth, how much she tolerates our nonsense, how many wrong things we do against her, but still she tolerates. Only after realization you are connected with reality and you can get the understanding of all these subtleties working through you. Why I'm telling you this? Because I want you to know and recognize yourself, to understand what you are, what you have got. Once you recognize yourself and understand yourself, you can do a lot. I am here to give you self-realization and the understanding that whatever you have got, you must accept as a challenge. Take it up as a challenge, and you will be amazed how you will be helped and how you will get the results. Sahaj doesn't mean only that you get spontaneous realization. It also means you get spontaneity. The whole nature gets spontaneity. All those subtle things that I've told you, they all get spontaneous and they work it out. If you take to introspection, you'll be surprised to say, yes, you have these powers and you can do wonders. So I bless you all. Please develop those subtle things within you. They are already there. You don't have to do anything, only understand and locate. Thank you very much.
So we'll just do some meditation now. Not do it, but enter into more meditation. So we won't play music now. The reason we won't play music is that, again, from what I understand, as soon as we do anything that attracts the Vishuddhi chakra, like playing music, we're listening, we're using one of our senses. Even though it may be soothing and relaxing, it's still using one of our senses. And I know there is great delight in bhajans and music and mantras, chanting and things, but I think you all have plenty of opportunities to do that. I just want to be able to present you an opportunity to sit in silence without anything to distract you, where you can hear yourself and try and, like Srimati just talked about being spontaneous. To me, spontaneous means you don't say, I'm going to do this, and then you do it. You just find yourself doing it without thinking. And that is spontaneity. And that needs not being under the control of our mind. So we'll just sit now quietly. I apologize for the glitches. These things seem to happen. There we are. It continued and we had most of the talk. So just again to repeat, spontaneity doesn't need thought. The planning of something can be spontaneous, yes, but the actual, when you say I'm going to do this, that's not spontaneous anymore. Spontaneous is when your spirit, yourself, does it without thought. And it can happen. We just need to trust ourselves. So let's see if we can get our attention up the center Sushumna channel. We can raise our right hand a few times, a couple of times, if we need to, and get our attention up in Sahasrara or higher. Separate yourself from your surroundings. Think of the space around you. Because I think when we are not thinking, we actually do become our authentic selves. And that's what we're all aiming for, I reckon. And that way we become the Spirit. Not just saying, I am the Spirit, but actually becoming it. So we sit between heaven and earth. We stand or sit on the earth with our attention to the heaven, which is within us and around us and above us. So we need to be as clear a channel as possible to feel the blessings. We need to constantly be aware of where our attention's going, where it is above the Sahasrara, and bring it back. Let's just scan again, see where our attention is and bring it back to the Sahasrara. And if we can stay thoughtless for a second, we can then stay thoughtless for 5 seconds, and then 10 seconds, and longer each time. Till the mind gets bored and gives up and leaves us in peace.
त्वमेव साक्षात् श्रीमहालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुण्डलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्रीकल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्रीकल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्ष प्रदायिनी माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै
So we can now raise our own kundalinis and put ourselves back into bandhan. So, thank you for joining me. Sorry about the glitches, these things happen. Didn't disturb the hype too much. So, that's the end of our program tonight. Jai Shri Mataji. I hope you have a lovely evening, a wonderful tomorrow, and a wonderful week. And keep your vibrations and slow down that mind. That should be our project, being separate from our mind and our thoughts. So, until we see each other again, good night and thank you very much.